Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about Masters of the Universe. Yes, this movie is about a young man on Earth that discovers a fabulous secret legacy as the prince of an alien planet and must recover a magic sword and return home to protect his kingdom. This director is by this movie is directed by Travis Knight, written by Chris Butler, Aaron Nee, Adam Nee, and this movie stars a lot of people. Nicholas Galantazine. I'm ready to butcher all these names real quick. Camila Mendes, Idris Elba, Jared Leto, Alison Brie, Kristen Wiig, Miranda Baccarin. It's a lot of people, right? But I'm gonna give my thoughts real quick. Wait, about this franchise alone because there's so much. This franchise alone, it started off in the 1980s, and it was this show this came from a TV show, right? And this show started because of toys. Mattel, that brand that also does like Barbie, they created these toys and created this show in order to promote the toys, right? So this whole entire thing, this show, right? Because we got the 1981, we got the early 2000s one, we got another 2021 with Kevin Smith. All started from toys, right? Which is such a crazy concept to think about because I can't imagine nowadays where they would start with something with toys first and then a show or movie right after. You would think that after promoting such a some media of any show or movie, and then you have all the toys come right after, right? That's just it's insane to think about. But with this, what I've experienced, I've seen a lot of episodes from like the 1980s. I haven't seen any of the the newer ones, but I just been exposed to a lot of it because of like Boomerang, early Cartoon Network, and then of course like my own dad. My dad loves Masters of the Universe. He would watch the show all the time. I remember I got him like a little toy Mattel box of He-Man and Skeletor of it, and of course we all know the memes of all of He-Man, Skeletor, especially Skeletor, like hella memes from him. But then I also remember this one specific video when I was watching in high school, and it was with He-Man, and it was just like all the other characters, and it would be like the "What's Up" by Non Blondes, I believe the song is, and it would just be like 2 minutes. And I remember watching that all just all it's like 4 to 6 months in high school, and it was just that was stuck. Like I remember that song, I was like, this song is so good, but every time I think of that song, I think of He Man, and I just think of this whole franchise alone, right? But this movie, right? It was really fun. It was so good. Oh my gosh! Even though I'm not shocked because Travis Knight he did Kubo and the Two Strings, the live action Bumblebee movie that made me actually like and appreciate Transformers, which is great. But this, oh my god, I can't even think how do I say this? The action sequences in this movie, amazing. They're so long and they're so well choreographed. The CGI in those scenes are amazing, right? I genuinely loved anytime we got to see any big battles or even fight scenes alone in this because it felt so cartoonish, but in the right way that it fit so well in this character and this universe, especially in this planet because it does a lot of either it explains what's going on or what the planet is and what uh, items that it may have in this planet, or it just skips over it. You're like, well, it's it's X, Y, and Z, but whatever. Let's just move past it, right? And I was all for it. I was like, I don't care. I don't need. Don't explain anything to me. I do not care. And it feels like it's so self-realized too, but I think it's because it realizes, at least the writers and the director realizes, yeah, this isn't based off of any material whatsoever. You just got these toys right here that look really cool. They have different sets of powers and or abilities, and they just promoted it into a show, right? So basically, it's like starting off with something that they just out of scratch, right? And of course, they get a lot of it from the show itself, and they just continue on with it on the live action. But I would say the standouts for me in this movie was definitely the action sequences and the music. The music, the action sequences, and Skeletor. Skeletor is so funny. I don't know. I was kind of worried of Jared Leto being as Skeletor, but going into this movie, they could have been anybody because I did not know that was Jared Leto whatsoever. So honestly, he did a pretty good job in the voice work, I would imagine. They use a lot of CGI and practical, especially practical effects. I noticed there was like, that looks real, and I was like, props to you guys. But I would say my only things about this movie is that it was kind of slow in the beginning. I understand it because it's like you're trying to build up the world and how to get He-Man, Adam, to Earth, but then it's just like him slowly trying to get back to this planet, and him just like trying to getting to the point where he's holding the sword and he's like yelling the "I have the power," which was like a great scene by the way. It's like twice he's done like two or three times I remember this movie, but there was like one specific scene that when it actually happens because they showcased it in the trailer, it was very powerful, and I was just like, oh my god. I remember going like, yes. I was like, whew, the entire. I was like, when that scene happened, that was amazing. That was well done right there. But I would say that, and then if there was some CGI that was kind of like, didn't look the best, but I don't blame them too because it's kind of hard to because the world that they're trying to mimic from the show and or from like the toys into live action, it's gonna be so hard to actually showcase without I don't even know because it it's just so colorful and out there that I can see why there are some like background where it's like kind of obvious that's green screen, but then they would mix the green screen with some practical effects, so then I would give them props for that too. The costumes in this were amazing as well. I loved all the side characters, like when He-Man would describe certain heroes that he saw as kids and like how he see them now as an adult. They all look amazing. They all look so different and unique, and you could tell them apart. I love this whole thing that they would do where they would have their fist up to their hips. Back starts laughing like ha 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 ha. That was so funny. It's supposed to mimic the animated characters and how that's how they laughed in the show, in the cartoon, and so they just did it in live action. That was cool. I was like, I caught that. But overall, guys, this is a really fun, like action driven movie. I definitely recommend you guys watching, especially if you want to see another one, because there are two after credit scenes that happen, and I would love to see more from this franchise, especially with the cast. The cast is amazing, and if you guys have seen anything from this show, like if you know anything more about it, or you want to talk about your favorite things about this franchise and or this movie that just came out as well, comment down below because I would want to hear about it. Because this, I'm excited to see more of this. And honestly, it makes me want to go watch the animated one, like the newer one, especially with the one with Kevin Smith. I heard that one's really good, so I definitely want to give that one a shot. But guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. My name is Erwin. Like, comment, subscribe down there below, and I'll catch you guys next time.